Hey YouTube, Windraiser here, coming to you with another Transformers review, and I figured I'd get a top 10 of the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. This is gonna be my opinion of the top 10 figures that I like that came out of that line. And then I'm gonna be doing one more review of a figure I recently got, and those will be my last two for this year until the new year starts. So to start off with my top 10, War for Cybertron, Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom. Number one, I'm going with the Galaxy Armor Optimus Prime. And I love this figure. It was a good take and homage to the original Transformers Cybertron Optimus Prime powered mode, super mode. Granted, yes, they had to use the Siege Ultra Magnus to make this figure, but it came out really, really good. I do love this figure, and I had to have it. And mine, as you can tell, is decked out with Toy Hacks Repro labels, which does a good thing, bringing out a lot more of a visual appearance of this figure. Number two is going to be the 35th anniversary figures that we got. And for me, number two is going to be Sound Blaster. Now, yes, they did make the Netflix version of him where he does have his mercenary insignia on his chest like he did in the show. Spoilers if no one's seen it. But I do like this. Yes, it is a Soundwave mold, but they do give him the bigger chest like Sound Blaster does have. And with mine, this is a twofer because he has Ravage and Laserbeak inside his chest. You can't see it with the lights, but if you take a close look, there's Laserbeak right there. Ravage is right behind him. I do like him because of black and red. And overall, for me, it's just one of my favorite characters. Number three, we are looking at the Transformers Siege Impactor. Now, there were two ways to get this figure. One, you can get him individually with his purple Autobot insignia on his chest, or you could get the Decepticon version of him, which had a different head sculpt. The Decepticon version has your Tampo on him, and he came in a 3-pack with a Cloak Mirage and a Battle Master, I think those guys were. The Jet, Drill, and the Racer, I think those were called Battle Masters. I can't remember. But that was another way to get him. I liked it. It was good to have a real good figure of him, yet there's been many alterations of figures and third parties of him. For me, this is my Impactor, and I'm happy to have him. Number four, we are taking a look at Skytrad, or Flywheels, whichever name you want to call him by. He did come out in Power of the Primes, but only as a Power Master with a little tiny vehicle, and that was it. We did get his partner, or his buddy, that does the same thing with two vehicles that turn into two robots that then combine. Why we had to wait this long to get him in Siege, it's okay, but it's a good take to have a new alternate version of a G1 figure that's still kind of transformed the same. And I'm happy we have him. And number five, we are taking a look at Astrotrain. Just like Soundwave or Shockwave, it's a small figure that came with a little boot lift and accessories. But he's my number five because we lost the original voice actor. And he's my number five for a reason. And if you remember, I did a review honoring him. So he's my number five because we lost a good voice actor for a good Transformer. Number six is the base modulators. Here I have two of them, Ironworks, and for the life of me, I forget his name. I think it was Air something. But there were four of them. Ironworks became Grease Pit, and he also became Firehouse. They're just like the figures that came, the weaponizers and the fossilizers. They did the same thing. They became bases, they became robots, and they broke apart to become armor. They're my number 6. They're cool, but to get 2 of them, you had to get them online, and only 2 of them were in stores. But it's a cool take. It's the same mold for 4 figures, just different colors. Number 7, it for me is Double Dealer. Now, he doesn't want to hold his gun now. Now, people know Double Dealer because he was only available in the Asian and European market, because he was never really in the States during the what was it? The Japanese series of the Power Master series, if I'm correct. I'm just happy we have him. There is a set that you can get where you can get his buddies, but I don't have a hold of that, so that would have been a 2-for-1. But I'm happy to have a Double Dealer to where he's Autobot, Decepticon, and 2 ult modes. Really cool. There is an add-on to make him bigger, as well as Toy Hacks Rebel Labels. He is my number 6. Number 7. Hold on. Sorry, Double Dealer was my number 7. This is number 8. We are taking a look at Shockwave. And just like Astrotrain, it was a weird thing to have a very small core figure for the price of a leader. But it was really good. He comes with these extra bits that also combine to him to make his giant start battlecruiser mode, which I do like. And if you do a little modification, he can become his giant space gun. I like him because it's good to have a new version of a G1 Shockwave. Number 9. The only beastie in this list who does not want to stand, so I'm going to have to hold him, is Megatron. Beast Megatron from the Kingdom line. And he's my number 9 and my only favorite out of all the beasties, because a lot of them were kind of meh, especially Scorponok and Rhinox, who we will not get into. Scorponok was just very short. Rhinox, they gave him dinky guns. But I liked Megatron because it was more realistic in a dino mode. Yes, he does have this weird plastic on a plastic skeletal frame, but I like it. It's really good on a take of the Beast Wars Megatron. Number 10. My number 10 review goes to the Micromasters. And this is what I grew up with when I started getting Transformers as a little kid, was these little guys. I had almost every set. But it was weird how they did it. They came in sets of 2. Or it was one figure that was 2 figures that make one vehicle. Or 2 figures that make 2 separate vehicles. Some of them were in 10 packs, and some of them were on an online generation special. I like it, and it gave me the opportunity to actually make a full 4-team collection. I'm still working on the others. I know this is a bit rushed, but this is my top 10 Transformers of the Siege line. This is just my opinion on these figures. I do like them. If I would say that any one of them was my number 1 favorite out of all 10, it'd have to be my Micromasters. That's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, I know I had to rush through this. I didn't have much to say on these figures, but some of them you have seen reviews on them, and you know my opinion on them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can think of what to say. I don't make scripts for these reviews. I just go off what's on my head. But I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 review of my Transformers Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom. If you want to check out any of those reviews, they are in my Siege playlist. I'm Windraiser. Hope y'all have a safe and Merry Christmas, and I will see y'all on the next review next year. And remember, in the words of an old YouTuber and one of our favorites, and I'm happy he's still around, from RuneScape, till all are one.